Game trails crisscross the road, so don't be surprised if we got local wildlife to deal with.
Anybody now?
You like them puppies? We grow everything extra mean on the island. Still got a ways to go. Hear that? Crawler. They usually stick to the deep fog. Best we steer clear, but you never know. Young lad, no higher than your knee. Whole island was covered in fog. The fog eventually rolled back. People resettled, but they got comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memories. All this has happened before. We ain't alone here.
Gotcha! You ain't got a hope in hell!
It's time for a drink. Gulper's got a fondness for fresh water. A small gulper, like the ones in these parts, is a fair challenge. Now the big ones, they can grow 2-3 times the size of a man. Good thing you don't see too many of them around.
Here we go!
refreshing.
Hold there. Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad-worshipping lunatic, that's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those, too?
Let's just settle down, okay?
You're right. Waste of ammo.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest.
What's Acadia done to make you distrust them?
They supply Far Harbor with the means to turn back Adam's holy fog. You'd do well to avoid such creatures, and instead seek the only true...
Yeah, whatever you say.
Watch yourself, outsider. You...
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move on. Up ahead, the air's clean. No fog. Acadia's not too far now. And we've arrived. Acadia's already been watching us for a good... They'll be waiting for...
Sure.
You need my help again. You come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear. Get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
Leaving already? Don't you want to...
You saying you want me to stick...
Maybe later, Longfellow.
All right, but I'm serious about the offer. You ever want to hunt the forests and waters of the island together, I could think of worse things to do. There's no name.
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Kasumi is here. She's safe and before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own, and I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick? It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, If you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
All right, Dima. We'll humor you. Keep talking.
This all started over a century ago, when we were first created. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only two prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
Ah, I've heard enough. I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
We'll talk later. This is a lot to take in.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a synth. If you could indulge me with an answer.
What she is isn't important.
But it is. It's everything. None of us take this transition that someone stripped her very identity from her. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth. One more question, if you'll indulge me. Tell me, are you a synth?
I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure? I don't mean to question you.
Right. I remember being in my house the day the bombs fell. We ran to the vault. We were frozen. I was the only survivor.
No memories before then? Just a single day, and then waking up alone? We so easily accept what's presented to us as the truth, don't we? Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that we will accept you, no matter what you decide you are.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
I'm glad to hear it. Acadia is open to you. And I'm sure you're eager to talk to.
I should get going.
Of course.
Hello.
We're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too. Acadia is open to you. Did you need anything?
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Dima. I'm in the Institute.
That's quite an admission to make. I'm used to the Institute striking from the shadows. I'll say this to you. I'm not your enemy. I only wish to live here. As a scientist, can you not see the value of independent synth life? You have a chance here. All you have to do is do nothing. Don't tell your fellow researchers about us. Don't.
I don't suppose there's any way you and your people would return to the Institute peacefully.
I appreciate the offer. I do, actually. No one wants bloodshed, but we can't go back. And I'm not going to hide. If you want us, consider my offer. Now.
Uh-huh. I should get going.
Of course.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
You track Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps...
It's not that I'm concerned about all the world's problems. Certainly not all at once.
Dearest Faraday,
Circuitry
relax.
is completely fried.
All will be fine.
Kasumi Nakano?
Sorry, I'm right in the middle of something.
I'm a detective. I was hired to find you.
You're a what? Look, my mom and dad...
Right. What do you mean?
I'm not their daughter. I'm a synth. I thought if I just... I've been lying to you this whole time.
You haven't replaced anyone. Kenji and Ray are still your parents.
I really wish that was true. If I wasn't a synth, things would be so much simpler. Acadia isn't what I thought it was. There's more going on, but I can't leave until I've gotten to the bottom.
Sure. If something's going on, then I can help.
I don't know how you could. Wait. What if I told you that there's a secret? A big secret.
All right.
Okay. You saw all those computers that Dima's hooked up to, right? They hold his... Well, Faraday asked me to help do some repairs on them. And, and that's when I see it. Data models Dima has been making. One was the fog taking over Far Harbor. Another was a nuclear detonation on the island. Plus, death counts. What if Dima is so open and welcoming because he's actually hiding something?
We should get to the bottom of this. If Dima is putting on an act, we need to know.
I'll help if I can.
I know. I've been working... I keep seeing Dima, Faraday, and Chase head into the laboratory at the other end of the hall. Then they come out later looking like they've been arguing. There's actually a storage space right next to there. It'd be a perfect spot. I've also tried breaking...
This'll be easier if I just talk to Dima.
All right. Good luck.
From one case to a new one.
I swear someone has the key to that storage room.
Hey.
Maybe.
I'll see what I can do.
He's always moving supplies around as they come in.
Hey, Nick. Got a sec?
What? Oh, sorry. Just got my head full of what Dima was talking about. It's a bit of a shock. What do you think he is, really? Family?
It's hard to deny it, Nick. The similarities are pretty obvious.
I spent a long time wondering if the Institute had made any other prototypes. If I was just a failure, or they gave up, or just plain got bored. I always thought I was just more of their discarded trash. I never thought. There's got to be some kind of proof out there. I'd appreciate it if we...
Of course, Nick. We'll find something.
Thanks.
You're new here too, huh? I mean, I haven't been here that long myself. Honestly, I'd be dead right now if it weren't for Chase. Turns out it's pretty hard to live as a synth in the Commonwealth.
I'm sorry to hear that you suffered.
Thanks, but it doesn't matter now. I'll see you around, okay?
So you're that new fellow from the Commonwealth. It's so wonderful to meet someone from back home. I'm afraid Kasumi doesn't seem to want to discuss it.
Uh-huh. Getting better every day, I think.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I would like to see it again. Acadia is all well and good,
You're safe here. That...
I suppose. One could do. I'm sure I'll see you around.
New guy, right?
Look. So, I understand you've seen a good bit of our island. What do you think?
It's kind of beautiful.
That's... This island, with all of its... And it will continue to it, and then... pass...
That sounds like a noble goal.
Well, thank you.
Right.
I should note that I'm not fully versed. Since Dima has approved of you, I'd
like to help you with your research.
Oh, well... okay. There's a flower native to this island, a species of the genus Aster, that has survived remarkably well. It doesn't quite have the brilliance of color that I understand it once did. Before the war. I'm personally rather fond of them, but lately have been investigating secondary chemical properties they possess. If you could bring me additional samples, I can offer you a meager amount of caps.
I have some flowers for you.
I'm sorry, is this a joke I'm not in on? If you do...
Uh-huh. Hey, Dima.
Feel free to say whatever is on your mind.
Kasumi says she's seen parts of your memories. Death projections.
That's unfortunate. She should be... Please. This is a matter best left. Those projections were merely...
Just a handy reference, huh?
If this thing involves the whole island, then you need help. I can be your problem solver if you let me in.
I suppose there's something to be said about refusing help, even when it's offered and you're in need. There's a conflict that's been brewing on this island.
Simply put, they want to kill each other.
Right.
We've tried to stay neutral, but Far Harbor was going to be wiped out by the fog. So that's when we built the condensers for them.
And I was friends with the previous leader of the Children of Adam, Confessor Martin. I even gave them their headquarters, the submarine base they named the Nucleus.
Which was a mistake, because Martin is gone and the new Confessor, Tectus, is
He's been threatening us, to force us to choose a side. I left behind something very important in that submarine.
Dima's earliest memories are stored in the military computer banks in that base. The pre-war security systems and Confessor Martin's goodwill were supposed to keep them safe.
But now Tectus is in charge, and he's after Dima's memories. We don't even...
But we do know that I spent nearly a century on this island alone. Whatever's in there is too dangerous to allow Tectus to get his hands on them.
So what can I do to help?
If you're willing to...
You'll have to get through the...
Then, once you get...
It's not going... I've loaded the program with...
I'll get your memories, Dima.
If we're lucky. One more thing before... Our ultimate goal...
If we find anything suspicious in those memories of yours, we'll be...
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just,
With everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I want
Yeah, I'm alright.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Took me a long damn time to get... Thank goodness I found Diamond City. Of course, when I took up there back when, the massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that. Plenty of people assumed I was just a sap, but at the time, they could...
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got... I took up in town not long after.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. A gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some... Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make... I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long... That's a long story.
Sure. Turns out Dima's earliest memories are in the hands of the children of Adam. He's afraid of what they're gonna find.
So, is that what those death projections were about? It wasn't Dima planning to destroy the island. He's worried the children of Adam will. Or is he still hiding something? What could be in those memories that he would leave them behind? Is there really something in them that's dangerous? Do you have a way in? Into his memories? Assuming you can get past the children of Adam, of course.
I got this program that Faraday and Dima wrote. It's supposed to help me access the memory banks.
Really? How... I wonder if... I'll bet that's it. And then... I'm sorry,
I'll get Dima's memory.
Good luck.
Avery.
I'll be straight with you. It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you, if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
I'm happy to help.
If you say so. We get our drinking water from a purifier not far. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged. I sent Howard Dunbar out. I was hoping you might go if you're up to it. Just I wouldn't ask a stranger.
All right, I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer.
Looks like Howard didn't make it. I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
Fire till you see the whites of their eyes. That's one way to get that cool. There you go.
You ain't armed. You ain't long for this world.
We need those fog condensers working as soon as possible.
Those fog condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
He died trying to get those condensers fixed. The man is a hero.
Yes. Yes, he is. I'll make sure we remember him as such. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Thanks. Glad I can help you out.
That makes two of us. Now, here's your pay. I've got to start making arrangements for Howard. So I'll say goodbye.
food.
Hey.
Stim packs. Fully stocked.
I'll be damned if I give up on taking back my land.
The hull took a battering, to be sure. But she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner, shipwright, handyman, and the only one keeping the harbor afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
The town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails. I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagles Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there.
What the hell is a synth anyway, eh?
You're that mainlander who just got here. Better watch yourself, 'cause this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbor. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
You can't take care of yourself.
Sounds interesting. I'd like to hear it.
I thought you might say that. My family, the Daltons, was the pride of Far Harbor for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich. But they got greedy, took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one. But now our story takes an with the stranger's help. The last...
Let me guess. I'm the mysterious stranger.
You're equipped. Now, on to the first chapter in our tale. Beatty was my cousin. He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sick some...
Sure.
Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from... Of course, those ferals are still out there.
Those ghouls are as good as dead.
Good, good.
Need general supplies? Visit the bait shop.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Get them while they're in stock.